Welcome everybody to the Stardust, Gadget, Charlie Foxtrot podcast. I'm Reginald Conga. Who are you people? Or person?
And I have forgotten my name.
That's Dr. Milk.
Nah, I don't think it was. I think it was Susan.
Susan. I can't remember from the last time we recorded. Who was Susan again? I feel like we made a joke about your name being Susan, but...
Did we?
I feel like we did have a joke about your name being Susan in one of the videos. It might not have been the last podcast, but it was something like...
I thought I was being fresh and original, but apparently I'm not. Apparently I can't even make a joke anymore. I can't even... I have no original content left.
That's crazy.
It's all run up.
Yeah, so let's do the cartoon stuff first because I'm selfish and I don't want to do the Pokemon Amino content first. I think we should do the cartoon Amino stuff first because I'm selfish like that. I gotta get my friends to watch the videos. So
plugins, your shout outs, you're gonna get that ad revenue in.
I probably should have done a test video to make sure they can hear you. Probably would have been a smart idea. But
Nah, it'll be alright. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope so. The ad revenue, yeah. I don't know about the. I don't think we're gonna do ads on this channel because I can't see it getting more than 10,000 subs. I mean, it'd be nice if we got more than that.
Getting more than one sub.
Oh yeah, you're right. But I mean, like, I personally told myself when I was younger, but I was more naive about getting the views. I was more naive, and I said I'm not gonna turn on ads unless I can actually make a little bit of money off this, because I'm not gonna put ads on here for 50 cents a month or less, assuming I get any kind of ad revenue.
I mean, it got so bad, your mum even unsubscribed. Alright,
crazy.
Cartoon Amino, Mina.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk?
I like to wonder who's gonna. I like to wonder about the one guy who's gonna watch this without knowing anything about Amino. The Amino apps.
The
one guy
they won't be missing too much.
Yeah, they're probably gonna click off this video as soon in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, probably.
So Cartoon Network did a Mother's Day. Because it was Mother's Day here in the U.S., United States, whatever you want to call it, the land of the idiots, whatever you want to call it. I mean, maybe you call it the land of the people who think pasta came from China or something. I don't know. Maybe you're a bigoted racist. We don't know. We don't know who you people are. But the Cartoon Network had a Mother's Day marathon with Gumball for once instead of Teen Titans Go. And I almost feel like Teen Titans Go should be canceled just so we can stop talking about it. It's like... It's so boring talking about it now. Like, I'm impressed. Go ahead.
The original series were way better.
I'm not even going to argue that anymore because it's just so boring to talk about now, the Teen Titans Go. It's like you've heard everything already.
I talk about it until the day I die or until they stop airing it.
I hope they stop airing it eventually. I'd hate for World War III to happen before they stop airing it.
No, World War III will happen, then the nuclear apocalypse will happen, and then someone will find the copies of Teen Titans Go, and then release it all over again.
Oh my gosh, like aliens watching it, and it's like the only artifact left of our culture. That's terrifying.
The only artifacts left of our culture will be hipsters, emojis and cockroaches.
You know, I remember I had a friend who really hated hipsters. I'm not sure if I deleted all those videos that we made or not, but he said, well, guess what? Breathing is mainstream, so why don't you stop breathing? It's a fair point.
I've never actually heard that one before.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that was his original idea. He claimed to have invented this meme where, like, this was back when Battle of Gods, Dragon Ball Z first came out in Japan. He said he called it the anti-legendary Super Saiyan. Like, Broly got really beat, muscular, and he had green hair. So the opposite of that was Goku getting red hair and getting kind of thinner.
Yeah.
And so he said he created a meme out of that, and I'm not sure if he was telling the truth or not because it looked like they had it looked like there was an actual comment chain. I found it on his channel linked because back then YouTube would like tell you where people have been on their channel because that was a different channel layout, of course. And he was a liar, of course, because I never knew when he was telling the truth and when he wasn't because I was pretty gullible back then anyway.
You gullible now?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
should we go back to talking about
Absolutely.
how awful Gumball is? Because I actually forgot that when I shared
Oh
it.
my god, Gumball is good.
No, it's not. It's just a bunch of
Amazing
unfunny jokes.
Gumball is awesome. Get off your high chair, old man.
No, it's I like some of the new cartoons. Not Sonic Boom, but like some of them look pretty good, and I need to check them out. I really like watching those few episodes of Gravity Falls. That time they had that marathon on. I wish I'd watched them.
So it can't be classed as new anymore.
Oh, geez, you're right, but it's from this decade, is what I mean. I'm not like a totally '90s man. It's like,
You need to get hip and down with the kids.
It's.
But I'm pretty sure how you got a restraining order.
Who got a restraining order? What?
I'm pretty sure that's how you got a restraining order, being hip and down with the kids.
Let's not go that far, okay? That's
Yeah, okay.
I'm an early 2000s kid. I believe that the early 2000s were not perfect, but they were a very good decade for cartoons, and I respect others' opinions. That's what an early 2000s kid is compared to the 90s kids who spell it wrong. They spell it '90''S. I'm like, no, that's wrong. That makes it possessive. It's supposed to be 90s as in the decade, and you're doing it wrong. And so they're really unreasonable like that. They're always spelling it wrong. That is the only reason why people hate 90s kids is because they spell it wrong. That is the only reason to hate a 90s kid.
Are you part of the grammar police?
Yes. I have a badge, and I'm actually hiding out from them because I had a dangling participle once, and so I've been kind of hanging out here in the basement.
So you finally passed your grammar police test.
It wasn't a big deal. I mean, I did it the first time. Remember? I came out here and said, "Hey, I passed my grammar police test," and you're all like, "Well, I'm on level 3." And I'm like, damn it, I really wanted to get past level 3. I'm so jealous now. To think I was going through my life streams and you were over here passing level 3. What a fool I was.
I can't even spell 3.
Oh yeah, because you got dyslexia. I forgot about that. Living with that must be really hard. If you don't have depression and anxiety.
Yes, I am really hard.
Oh, what about being hard?
I would just say, you just said I'm really hard, and I said yes I am.
What? It's getting really funny and really filthy at the same time. Yes. I like how we have not brought up a single topic yet.
SpongeBob, it's a good show, but it kind of got rubbish near to the end.
It's not. I would have to disagree with that and say that they got slightly better after season 6 and 7 and 8. Probably part. Yeah, I heard good things. I heard good things about part of season 8, and then there were parts of season 8 that are supposed to be worse than 7.
Yeah, but like the original few seasons were the best.
Oh yeah, they definitely were. I'm not going to argue against that. Some people argue that season 1 is the best because it No, someone argued that season 1 wasn't necessarily the best, but it had the least number of bad episodes.
Yeah.
The only one I really don't like from season 1 is I Was a Teenage Gary, because that was horrifying to me when I was a child. I was like scared. I hid under the covers for like until just now. Like I just got out of the covers just now. Just this morning.
So you was fine watching like Billy and Mandy and stuff, but Teenage Gary was like, no, that's too hardcore.
That's funny. That's funny you bring that up. I did watch a lot of Courage the Cowardly Dog as a kid. I wouldn't consider that the scariest show ever by any stretch of the imagination, but except for the Great Fusili, that was kind of emotionally. It was scary in a different way. It was emotionally disturbing because like Courage is playing around with these what are essentially dead corpses. They're like puppet versions of Muriel and Eustace, and and they're dead. They're not coming back, and he's playing with them, and They only remain, so they might as well just be considered corpses. It's really disturbing.
Yeah. Also, the other day I was watching like this compilation of Patrick's funniest moments, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I like the one where he said, Finland! I can't do his voice. I'm sorry, I can't.
I can't do his voice either. Only the gods can mimic his voice.
I can do Ed's voice from Ed and Eddie.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can. I'll do it right now, but first I gotta warm up. Funny one, guys. Hey, Eddie. Did you know that chickens can run and can actually fly? I haven't done this in a while. I need to practice.
Yeah. Let's we'll do another podcast just for impressions or whatever. I don't care.
Okay. I'm a woodpecker.
We need to think of more topics to talk about.
Can we talk about Sonic Boom again and just hate on it for 10 hours?
Oh my god. There's not enough words in the dictionary to describe how bad Sonic Boom is.
No, I wouldn't call it that bad. I think it's a little bland and it's probably not that good, but I wouldn't call it like worse than Mega Babies or Mr. Pickles.
Oh no, man, Mega Babies is the shit, man.
What? Dude, the other day I sent this guy on Twitter, it was just yesterday actually. This guy on Twitter with the hashtag @MadJackrabbit, he used to be Cartoon Lover 98 and he made some famous YouTube poops and stuff, but it was his birthday yesterday and I sent him I say yesterday, but it's probably like 6 months ago for you people watching this podcast, but
people? What do you mean by you people?
So this guy, so I sent him a card saying I couldn't think of a better gift than Mega Babies fan art. Try not to puke, and it was just a picture of Ugly Bob from South Park.
I've never actually watched Mega Babies.
That is the ugly that and Mr. Pickles on Adult Swim. They are the ugliest cartoons I've ever seen in my life. With the only competitor being the Brothers Grunt. Like 12-ounce mouse, I wouldn't consider that the ugliest. Like it's definitely got the worst animation because it was supposed to be animated like MS Paint.
That's just done in like MS Paint.
Yeah, that's just MS Paint. I wouldn't consider that the ugliest show ever. Like let's be real here. It was poorly drawn. It wasn't the ugliest. I mean, like at least it's not got drool falling out of every character's mouth like all the time and being realistic. Like that's the thing is the Mega Babies was a little more. Had more realism, and so it was more disturbing when something got gross. It was like cartoonish and realistic at the same time. It's hard to describe. It'd be like...
Yeah, but you have drool coming out your mouth every second of every day.
No, I mean like excessive amounts of drool. Like not just a little saliva in your mouth. I mean like just falling out of your mouth, just like...
What else?
Mega Babies and Mr. Pickles legitimately make me sick of my stomach trying to watch clips from them.
I have never seen it.
Even Ren and Stimpy Adult Party cartoon doesn't make me feel sick of my stomach watching it. I don't think. I'd have to rewatch it.
I actually really liked Ren and Stimpy.
No, Ren and Stimpy Adult Party cartoon.
Oh, the Adult Party, the like Adult Swim.
Yeah, the one on Spike TV. That's kind of infamous now because of Mr. Enter, and I'm still amazed you have never watched an episode from him.
Episode of what?
Not an episode, but Mr. Enter is this reviewer online. I'm sure.
The guy that you would go gay for.
I legit did not hear that last part. What?
Guy you would go gay for.
No, I would never have done that. Okay, I'm straight. You should know by now that I don't even feel like making fun of that guy anymore because he was like popular in like 2010. That guy who kept saying, "Oh, I am straight." Okay, you guys need to stop making jokes like that. Okay, I am straight. I have always been a straight white male, and then he turned out to be. He found out he was transgender. No, I'm not making that up. He decided later on And I'm using the he pronouns, but that's only because he kept saying I'm straight so much. It was like, it's confusing. Like, do I use the word she or the word he?
I've never heard this before.
Have you never heard of Chris Chan?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, I'm surprised because that's a big. He's the creator of Sonic Chew, the Sonic the Hedgehog Pikachu crossover, fusion,
I've never
whatever.
even seen that.
What?
I don't know what's.
That's why, because you don't go over your way to see crappy comics parodied on the internet.
I know. I read some comics.
Did you read Tails Gets Trolled?
Yes.
Are you telling the truth or are you being silly?
Yes.
No, I can't tell.
Yes.
I can wait just as long as you can.
Can you though?
Oh yeah. We'll wait here, even if it means we have to wait here until the end of time.
Then no.
Oh, so you haven't read? Okay. Sonic Chew was like the first few comics were kind of outlandish, and like they also had these sub episodes where it was about Chris Chan's life, trying to on his soul quest or love quest or whatever he called it. Yeah, I guess I maybe ought to tell you after the podcast. There's probably going to be some people who are like, "Oh, he's going over Chris Chan again." It's been like 6 years since he was popular. He was infamous.
He is the one person you'd go gay for.
No, God, no.
Even though I don't know who he is or she.
Whatever. It's like, so I'll tell you after this. But Tails Get Trolled is like, I've heard it kind of drags on and on because there are these huge. It's kind of like Sonic Chew, and it has these huge blocks of text that you have to read in like one panel. And like the grammar is significantly worse than Sonic Chew. It's like really hard to read and it's confusing. It's like the author was from some other country. And so
okay.
it's about Tails. Tails
gets. You were gonna talk about it, and you're talking about it.
Oh, let me just finish this statement. Okay, It's about Tails being. He gets bullied by these trolls in real life, and then they have a whole war about it. It's like. It's freaking hardcore, man. There are cartoon characters dying left and right. It's like a mega crossover. It's insane. Insane. Okay, now go ahead.
Is it insane in the membrane?
Oh gosh. I don't know about that.
I honestly hate that song because in Saints Row 2 there's a mission where he's in a club and that song plays on loop.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the game glitched out and I couldn't complete the mission. And I didn't know what to do, so I ended up walking around in that room for like 3 hours.
Oh.
And then I finally reset it and completed that mission in like 5 minutes. And then that song was stuck in my head, so I literally hate that song. It's one that
was it really 3 hours, or were you exaggerating? How long were you really in there?
I was in there for like over 3 hours.
Oh wow!
Just running, trying to figure out what to do, and that song was just looping and looping.
I would have given up after like 30 minutes.
Well, I thought I was doing something wrong. So I literally walked it all around, but the game was just glitched.
Oh dear, that's bad. It kind of reminds me of Ed and Eddie: The Misadventures, the video game, where it would freeze every once in a while because the disc was scratched, and it was a PS2 game, of course. And so this one time, he Double D was like, I'm playing as him, and I use a special power to there were like these puzzles that Double D would solve, and like they weren't like actual puzzles you'd solve yourself. They were just like go up here as Double D figured out, and it was like in retrospect it was a real bargain bin kind of game. But Double D walked up to the code and he was solving it, and then the game froze. He was like intriguing, and it like looped over and over again, and it would like take on different like it sounded different as it went on. It was like inch or something. It was wrench or it was crazy, man. I wanted to get the video camera out and see and record that because it was like fascinating.
Don't talk to me about Scratch video games because
you scratched your NES game. How could you? How dare you?
I had this copy of Pokemon. What's it? It's not X. What's the other one? Not XD Gale of Darkness.
You mean the first one? That would be fuck, I can't remember either. It was Coliseum. Coliseum.
Yeah. Yeah. Pokemon Coliseum. I was playing that, but my copy had like a scratch on it. Yeah. So I got like really far in it, and I didn't save or anything. Oh. And then it just froze, and I was like, oh damn it.
Oh dear. So we should probably try to get back to cartoons at this point. I did order Taz Wanted, this GameCube game. It looked like a pretty fun game. It looked like it would get a little repetitive with the sound effects.
Let's talk about cartoons. Oh yeah, this GameCube game.
No, it was a Looney Tunes game.
Guys, GameCube is not a cartoon.
It was a Looney Tunes game, okay? They count that on Cartoon Amino. That it counts as talking about cartoons.
Well, I don't count it.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about cartoons.
Wait, did you ever watch Animaniacs?
Oh, I did, but I was actually gonna make a joke. So, did you hear about that new? It's a slowpoke meme. It's a slowpoke meme. Okay. Did you hear about that new cartoon? It's called Steamboat Willie. It's really awesome.
I don't even know what Steamboat Willie is.
That's the first Mickey Mouse cartoon from 1929.
Oh, okay.
So where were you going?
It would have been funny if you said something else.
Okay.
Have you learned for next time?
Okay. Now, where were you gonna go with that Animaniacs thing? What were you gonna say about Animaniacs?
Oh, it's a great show. I like it.
There was this. I was watching a video the other day with a dirty joke in it, and someone referenced the scenes where we go, "Good night, everybody." I can't remember. I can't remember for the life of me which video it was. It was something like, I think it was actually a ukulele review where like there was a. No, I don't think it was that. I can't remember now, but I like how ukulele has the snake in pants. And
yeah.
It's like absolutely filthy, and it's to such a degree that I'm not sure if it should be allowed in the game and keep an A rating or anything.
It's perfectly harmless.
No, I'd actually disagree and say that like it.
He's a snake wearing pants.
Well, my perspective is that a kid would describe that to their classmates and get in trouble. Because there's always gonna be that one kid in kindergarten who understands what this
Why would a kid in kindergarten be playing ukulele?
Why does it have curse words in it? I thought it was E-rated or something.
No, I'm just saying kids in kindergarten aren't very smart.
Well, all right. Send all hate mail to Dr. Milk at P.O. Box.
Nah, I'll stand by that. Kids in kindergartens are dumb. Kids in general are dumb.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with that, but you gotta understand that like you gotta start from somewhere, and even if that somewhere is a miserable place where you're like you don't understand any language at all, you gotta start somewhere.
Like what do you call a gifted child?
What?
A genius? What do you think I was gonna say?
Oh, okay. That kind of reminds me. What do you call an earthquake on Mars? An earthquake.
Yeah.
What's green and has wheels?
Mars?
What's green and has wheels? Grass. I was talking about the wheels part.
That's so stupid. It's like oh, what's green and says I'm a talking frog, but is not a frog.
So a lot of people will actually answer that joke with something like a green car or something, and I'm like, no, you're supposed to let me finish it myself. So
how's it going?
Yeah, I like how much of a disaster this podcast is.
Yeah, but it's a disaster in the best way.
Yeah, it's so disastrous. I didn't expect us to come back and to be awful.
Yeah.
You know, I might just leave and try to go to the store and get some goldfish crackers, extra cheddar, while this podcast is going on.
No. A captain goes down with its ship. If the podcast is succeeded, stay until the very last second.
Did you know that's actually a myth? The captain can. I think the captain is. It's only because the captain has to make sure everyone's on the lifeboats when the ship goes down. So a lot of times they do die. But it's not that they have to die along with the ship. It's just they have to make sure all the passengers are.
I know, but if you leave this podcast, I will fly over to America and punch you in the nutsack.
You mean the Nut Shack?
Oh no, I hate that song too.
It's like this. It's not the Fruit Mansion. It's not the Fruit Mansion. Nut Shack, but it's opposite day.
Oh my god!
Did you watch Phineas and Ferb's Ain't Got Rhythm, but it's opposite day? That was a gift.
No,
that was a gift from
because
I
don't watch those videos because those videos are stupid.
No, dude, this was way creative. It was like he replaced all of them with antonyms, all the words, and it was really hilarious. He's like, you know exactly what I am staying silent about. You got as much rhythm as this table, much melody as this table. It was really funny. He's like, you need your face on shorts. It's the comedic voices too.
If you say so.
It was really funny.
Yeah, I bet it was.
You need to watch. You need to at least watch We Are Number One, but it's opposite day.
Oh my god! All those videos are stupid. Like, it's We're Number One, but every time they say hey, it's the entire B movie script.
Oh, that one was really bad. That Nut Shack one. It was actually 14 hours. It was crazy.
Yes, who does that?
Well, they've changed it a lot since then. The Mine Song in particular is usually they make a lot more advanced. They've made a lot more advancements. They have way better editing and than just replacing something with a really long event. There's one called I'm trying to think of a good one.
Well, I just got one question.
Yeah.
Before you think of it, how does this have anything to do with cartoons?
Well, it's a puppet show at least. That's kind of a cartoon.
No, stay on topic.
That's what I say when people talk about puppet shows on cartoon. I'm like, this really isn't related. But I don't want to start a flame.
It's live action puppetry. It is not cartoon.
Yeah. There's some people who believe it counts as long as there are no adults on screen, like human beings on screen. So it's just puppets.
Because, like, Family Guy's a cartoon, but it has adults in it.
No, I meant human beings. I was thinking about the adults on Sesame Street. I don't know what. My brain just went dead. Okay. Do you want to discuss the fact that I'm the first human being to come back from being brain dead? Is that what you want?
Correction. You cannot be brain dead if you do not have a brain.
That's really cold. I'm gonna leave now. I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Are you gonna talk to your therapist?
Oh, that's cold. I should have done like an Eeyore voice and just been like, "Oh dear, here it comes."
Oh, there was this thing on Facebook today that it was like, my sister burnt her hands today, and as she was screaming, she turned to me and said, put her hands on my chest, and then said, "Oh, that's nice and cold."
What? Is a warm chest supposed to be like sexual?
No, because he has a frozen heart.
Frozen what? Ham?
Heart.
Oh, I get it now. It's like one of those. I can't think of a punchline of something irrelevant. It's kind of like when you.
Right. Cartoons. Speaking of Phineas and Ferb, what was your favorite episode?
I didn't really have a favorite episode. I don't know. There were a lot that I liked, and then I kind of got burned out on it because it was.
Fine. What's your favorite song?
Oh, my favorite song? I don't know. It'd probably be Oh, I'm
You're
trying to
ruining
think.
this podcast.
It might be "Ain't Got Rhythm" like the original version, but I'm not sure. There were a lot of good ones in that show. There were a lot of really good songs. But I honestly can't decide. It might have been. It's been a while. Because I kind of got tired of it for a while because I was just like, this is kind of the same shit, different day kind of stuff.
Oh, have you watched Murphy's Law?
No, I haven't, but I've heard.
Made by the same people.
What?
Made by the same people as Phineas and
Yeah,
Ferb.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just a little confused as to why you brought that up because I thought we were just talking about Phineas and Ferb being. Is it like worse in the sense that it's the same thing every day, or is it better? What do you mean?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call it bad because I haven't watched an episode yet, but
You haven't watched anything new yet?
I watched those episodes of Gravity Falls.
That is old. We have been through this.
I watched some clips of Sonic Boom pirated. Does that count?
To be fair, you should only watch Sonic Boom pirated because you should not give him money for making shit.
That kind of reminds me of that time I watched the Family Guy Simpsons crossover and it was like shit and like I wanted to watch it pirated because I didn't want to support it because I knew it was not going to be faithful to the original Simpsons.
Since that Simpsons Family Guy thing showed in America first, I watched it pirated because it was the only way I could watch it.
Well, yeah.
Because it wasn't in English.
I can imagine doing that because it's like everyone else is going to be talking about it for months before you watch it.
Yeah. So I watched it pirated, and then when it actually came on TV, I was like, nah, I'm not watching it again. I've been through it once.
It was I thought it was fine until the Simpsons got introduced, and then it got really cringy.
I thought it was fine. It was nice.
I disagree. I think it got really annoying when Bart, especially the scene where like they're at the Simpsons home and Bart's about to show up. It seemed really forced. Like I cannot imagine Bart being that forced in the way he smarts off to his mother. Like it just seems so forced. It seems like the character would not do that without being like why is he acting like a brat like now? Like shouldn't he be at least a little bit motivated to be a little bit annoyed, like if he had a bad day or something? I don't understand.
You know, when Peter and Homer was doing that sexy car wash,
oh
was getting
fuck!
off.
What was that last part?
We both know that when Homer and Peter were doing that sexy car wash, you was getting off.
No, I was not. Okay, that was fucking disturbing.
That was your favorite part. You even showed it to me.
Oh my god.
You have it on DVD.
Okay, let's not go that far into the internet, okay?
I can see into your room and you've got a poster.
What the fuck? I'm laughing, but I'm so embarrassed because I feel like I shouldn't be letting you talk to me this way.
Yeah, it's like an abusive relationship.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's like this guy with a mustard stain on his shirt comes into me, and I'm like, oh wait, that was an episode of Family Guy. Except without the mustard stain, it was like the most stereotypical domestic abuse relationship.
I don't even like mustard, and that makes it worse.
So
it's like that. It's like that. Have you ever watched Misfits?
Misfits. I can't remember which show was that.
It was about a bunch of like people doing community service. Who get
I don't think I did watch that. I'm sorry.
Well, there's a quote in it, and it's like, "You would fuck your sister for a slice of cheese," and he says, "I don't even like cheese," and he goes, "That makes it worse."
No, there was Mr. Enter ranted on it since we brought him up already in this podcast. He ranted about it being one of the worst episodes of Family Guy because it portrayed domestic abuse in a very stereotypical light, like you'd have to watch the whole video. It's supposed to be his favorite review he's ever done, and I'm like, dude, you got way too serious in that show. It's like I understand getting angry at it, but calling it his favorite review, I don't know about that because he got really serious, and I feel like it wasn't that entertaining. It was kind of a drag to watch, to hear that much about domestic abuse.
I think it's pure gold when someone generally loses their shit. I think it's gold.
Well, it's kind of annoying when Mr. Enter does it because he does it non-stop for like 20 minutes at a time. And so, and it's scripted too, so it's like if it wasn't scripted, I could understand him getting that angry, but it's scripted, so I'm like, why are you this angry?
Was it like forced fake anger for the sake of the video?
No, it wasn't forced. He was genuinely angry at it, and like, he does that same thing when they like you have a show that was made to pander to 5-year-olds. I'm like, dude, it was made to pander to 5-year-olds. That you shouldn't hold it to Citizen Kane levels of production.
No joke. There was 2 guys fighting about My Little Pony in the street today.
Oh wow! Are you serious?
Like 2 fully grown men. They got to be in like their 30s or something, and they were fighting over My Little Pony.
That's amazing. Like, was it at least the new episodes where like it's friendship is magic or whatever?
I don't even know. They were just shouting random My Little Pony stuff and like punching each other.
Oh wow! They were actually getting physical over it.
Yeah. The police showed up and everything. It was crazy.
You're pulling my leg. You gotta be pulling my leg.
No, I'm literally being honest.
Oh wow.
It was one of the most funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy. I should probably mention at this point that I actually don't condone the use of generalizing fan bases as being good or bad because it's probably it's mostly due to the fact that you just notice the bad stuff more. Like, no one's going to complain about this civilized discussion. That's my phone. Hold on, I gotta answer this.
So unprofessional. I'll just occupy and talk about stuff while you're gone. Okay. So now it's just us.
Yeah, I would like some Burger King.
What shall we talk about? I don't know. How about I just...
Dude, I wasn't finished, by the way.
Oh, he's back. Thank God. Thank God.
So, this,
I was just about to sing a song.
Okay, good.
Back.
So, it's my...
I was about to make, like...
I was trying to make a serious point, by the way.
Of the people deaf.
I was trying to make a serious point, by the way.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't generalize a fan base as being good or bad because no one's gonna point out the fact that these Sonic fans got into a civilized discussion. I mean, some might, but for the most part, they're gonna point out the situations where a Sonic fan got into a flame war over something really dumb, and that's why you tend to notice the bad stuff in a fan base more often. And plus, if it's simple rules of probability that if you have a fan base of more than 50,000 people, you're gonna have a lot of freaks in there.
Yeah, I agree, apart from Doctor Who, because Doctor Who is the best fan base and best show ever.
Sure, but I just don't agree with when people say, "Oh, the Steven Universe fan base is the worst." And I'm like, a lot of fan bases have those problems, and it doesn't make those bad situations where like they bully someone. It doesn't make those moments go away. It just means that not everyone in the fan base is like that.
You need to calm down. There's a bunch of 12-year-olds on the internet, and they will tell you a new one if they hear this.
Oh, wow. Are you talking to me, or are you talking about that girl that got bullied by Steven Universe fans? I can't tell what the joke is.
What?
No. There was a serious situation where she got bullied to attempted suicide. It was,
Wait, what?
Oh, we shouldn't be joking. We cannot joke about that, but, like, she drew fan art of these, of the more overweight characters, and they were like skinnier than they are in the show, and like people got mad about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really awful. We can't joke about that. I'm probably gonna have to cut it out of this podcast because I shouldn't have brought it up.
You're not gonna have to cut it out. I've never heard it before. I'm like...
No, I just think it's too serious for a comedy-based podcast like this. I don't think about it.
No, it's fine. It's
okay.
Fine. It's okay. We're not talking about it. We're moving on.
Okay, can we talk about Pokemon now, just to kind of lighten the mood a little bit?
But that's not a cartoon. That's an anime.
I thought we were gonna do a little bit of both, so you could share it and we could get more views that way, because you have more fans than I do over there on Pokeamino.
Yeah.
So Mudkip's still the best Pokemon ever.
Apart from you're wrong, because it's Raichu. Raichu is the best.
Okay, sure, you're entitled to your opinion, but the Mudkip line.
No, yeah. I'm entitled to my
Okay,
opinion.
I'll give you this much. Raichu is the best Gen 1 Pokemon.
Alright. And I'll give you this. Mudkip is an alright Pokemon, but Raichu's better.
No, he's a great Pokemon. Even if you think Raichu is better, you gotta admit Mudkip is an awesome Pokemon.
Oh, alright. I'll give you this. Mudkip is at least in the top 720.
Oh, that's mean.
I
think we're up from 720 now. I thought there were 720 in the first 6 gens, and now we're on Gen 7.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how many are in the new generation.
No, dude. Okay, Mudkip is at least in the top in your top 30, because there's so damn many.
All right, Mudkip is at least a Pokemon.
Surely, if you can, if you could rank the starter Pokemon, all the starter unevolved ones, and not counting Raichu, because Pikachu doesn't evolve in Pokemon Yellow, where would you rank Mudkip?
Alright, all starters. Luckily, I've got a poster on my wall with all the starters on it, so
okay.
I'm looking at it.
Can't believe you don't have that memorized.
Let's see. Mudkip would be... I'll admit, he's pretty high up. I like Swampert. I like Mudkip. He's pretty high up.
I love Swampert.
But... I do kind of prefer Squirtle.
Well, that's okay.
Totodile, Oshawott more.
Oshawott doesn't evolve into this ugly looking unicorn or whatever. It's got a horn.
What?
It's got a horn, and it's like this little seahorse or something.
Oshawott, Duwart, Samurott.
Samurott is the one I'm talking about. It looks kind of ugly, and I would prefer if there was at least some.
It has a mustache, and it is awesome.
No man, no thanks.
It has shell swords.
One of the many reasons why I don't like Gen 5.
Gen 5 is awesome, man.
No man, it's the worst. The worst gen.
It's actually,
What would you no, for real? What would you consider the worst gen if you had to pick one?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. My favorite generation is Generation 3. So.
Oh, that's a really good one, by the way. That's probably my favorite too.
I also really like Generation 1 and 2. So the first 3 are off limits.
Oh, yeah.
It can't be Gen 5 because I just admit it.
Yeah, you're just scared of the fanboys.
That was 4, 6, and 7. 4, 6, and 7.
Well, it can't be 7 because you're in love with it like a little human being.
What?
I couldn't think of a punchline. I was trying to subvert your expectations, so I came up with the idea of a human being like something that I'm not.
I think I know. I think Gen 6.
Oh, come on. That's the second best one next to Gen 3.
What?
It was awesome, man.
What?
Did you see Fennekin?
Like, I admit it's okay. It's good. It's okay. Like, I don't think
I'm kind of a sucker for the rival, the 4 friends you have at the beginning of the game. They kind of entertain me for some reason. I'm a sucker for that. But there's a lot of other stuff in there too. I really like the not so much the new Pokemon design so much as it is just the region being beautiful and the it's a very flawed game, but I thought it was really good with the mechanics and everything. The only thing that bothered me for the most part the only thing that really bothered me was Gen 6's edition of the fairy type.
No, I've moved past fairy type. I like it now. It's fine.
Oh what? No. You can't be on the wrong side. You have to be on my side. It's like that motivational poster. There's two sides to every argument: Gary's side and the wrong side.
Yeah. It's just out of all 7 generations, 6 just didn't do it for me as much as all the others.
That was really good. It remade the Ruby and Sapphire, but not Emerald. I guess that's why you hate it so much, because you're an Emerald fanboy, even though Sapphire is superior.
No, I
should probably clarify.
I love Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
I should probably clarify. I don't actually have a problem with Emerald. It's just I grew up with Sapphire. Is all I'm joking about. I just want to clarify that, because there's going to be like 50 comments like, why don't you like Emerald? It's just the 2 games combined. It's so good.
Dude, we've talked about this. We're not going to get 50 comments.
Oh yeah, you're right. But it will be that one comment we get, that one freaking comment.
I told you your mum unsubscribed, so we're not going to get any comments no more.
I can't remember if we got that in the podcast or if that was like right before we started.
No, that was like early podcast.
Oh, okay. So
I'm 100% sure that is early podcast.
Okay, so let's do another 3 or 4 minutes of this of the podcast, and then let's try to wrap it up just so we can.
Okay. Who's your favorite last stage starter Pokemon?
I'm sorry, my favorite what?
Last stage starter Pokemon.
Oh, you mean the final evolution?
Yes.
Oh, it'd be Swampert.
And you can't say Swampert.
Oh, okay. Then it'd be Delphox.
Kinky bitch.
No, it's not sexual. Okay, it's not sexual.
You can't say Delphox either.
Okay, fine. Blastoise.
You can't say Blastoise.
Why not Blastoise?
Just go with me here. You can't say Blastoise next.
Okay, damn it. Final evolution, fuck. I guess I'd go with the overrated Charizard.
You can't say Charizard.
Okay, Venusaur.
Really, Venusaur is your favourite last stage starter? I mean, he's alright, but he's no Blastoise.
Then how come you pick him over how come you pick him on your team? I saw your trainer card that one time. Have the freaking Venusaur when you already have a Voltorb.
Yeah, Venusaur's alright.
Yeah, but you didn't pick Blastoise.
I don't pick the same starter every single time.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But like, why'd you put it on your trainer card? Is all. Was it just the team you had at the time?
You play the games a billion times. You try each starter.
Okay. Well, I personally did that when I was like 5, and then I never did that because I always liked Mudkip so much, and I always like Fennekin's. It's just that legitimately, like not, jokes aside, I tend not to do that because I'm gonna be stuck with it for the whole game, and that's like 20 hours of gameplay. So I'm like,
do you know Generation 7?
Yeah.
I chose Rowlet as my starter, and then I accidentally let it evolve, so I put it in my box and no longer had a starter on my team.
Oh, that's cold.
Just because it evolved, because I prefer Rowlet.
Why didn't you give it an Everstone?
Because I didn't have one.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. They kind of don't exist until a certain point in the game.
Yeah. So basically, because I didn't press B at one point, it ended up evolving.
I actually got 2 Everstone in Sapphire in my most recent playthrough because I don't know how it happened. It might have been my HM slave Zigzagoon picking it up with pickup or whatever. I can't remember now. I'm sorry. Yeah. I got 2 Everstones.
Well, some Pokemon have a chance of holding it when you catch them.
That might be it too. I'm not sure now.
Yeah.
A small chance probably. Anyway, let's do one more question and then let's try to wrap this up because we're looking at about 45, 50 minutes.
Okay, one last question. If you had to go gay for one person, who would it be?
Nobody, because I'm straight.
Yeah, I know you're straight. This is hypothetical.
I don't understand how straight females and gay men pick their mates, so I wouldn't know. Let's try to keep this related to Pokemon.
My sexuality, I know who I would go gay for.
Who? The Doctor?
David Tennant.
Who?
David Tennant.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh my god. Alright, we have to finish it. So
can you at least ask me one more question about Pokemon? Just so we can have some content here.
One more question for Pokemon. One more question.
Okay.
Alright, how about this? Pick your favourite starter for grass, fire, and water.
My favorite water starter would be definitely be Swampert. The whole Mudkip line.
Yeah.
Except that in Gen 6, they kind of screwed up the model for Marshtomp, and I didn't think it looked as cute, but that's besides the point. So, favorite grass starter, unevolved would probably be Snivy, and fully evolved would probably be Venusaur. And for fire types, it'd be Delphox again. But if I can't say
so
Delphox.
now it's my go.
Okay.
Grass, it would be Rowlet.
Okay.
Fire, it would be Cyndaquil, because Cyndaquil is adorable.
Yeah, it's a fan favorite, yeah.
And for water, it would obviously have to be it would have to be I will go for Oshawott.
Okay, sure, you're wrong, but because it's Mudkip, but it's an older meme, sir, but it checks out.
Yeah.
I like them.
Right. Yeah. Alright, we can end it.
Okay, thank you everyone for whoever you freaks are who watched this whole thing. Well, actually, I suppose some people might have skipped to the end just to see what we'd say at the end, but thanks.
Oh wait, if they do that, then you have to say something extremely offensive.
Okay, Tetris is not controversial at all. It's totally just a normal puzzle game. There's totally no hookers and violence and fires and carjacking in it at all. That's totally.
How is that?
Did you not see the Rick and Morty video on the Rick and
just end this video and do a
the Rick and Morty video on IGN where they where Morty's like. Where Rick says, do video games make us violent? I don't know, Morty, what do you think? And he's like, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty violent right now because I just got done playing some Tetris. It was really funny.
Just end the video. And
okay, sheesh.
Just shut up and just...
Okay, I'll man up here. No, not man up. That phrase might be a little sexist against men. Just... Okay, thank you everyone for joining us for Stardust Gadget.
In silence. Just shut.
Thank you for joining us for Stardust Gadget. Thank you for joining us for Stardust Gadget Charlie Foxtrot podcast. We'll come back eventually. Thank you, everyone.